Alright, so I wanted to post up a review video on these Cooper STT Pro tires. Now, I have a set of 6 on a 2006 Duramax Crew Cab Long Bed Chevy. These tires, as of today, and it is September 18th, 2025, I bought these back in, I think, around August of 2019. So we'll just call it 6 years old. So these are 6 years old, and currently I have just under 60,000 miles. And these things have been in clay, mud, heavy rain, ice, all that kind of stuff. Snow a little bit, but I mean, we don't get much snow in southern Middle Tennessee. That's about as much as we get. So nothing exciting there. These tires on a 1 ton are awesome. I don't care if you're rolling down the highway, if you're in mud, it don't matter. These things kick ass. Now, when you first buy them, they're really, really quiet. You can't even tell that you got mud terrains on here. Silent, like you had a highway tire. Now, when you start getting some miles on them, we'll say 5 to 10,000 miles roughly, you'll start to get a little bit, but it's not like a high-pitched thing. I personally like the hum. That's just me. It's not anything where, oh, I can't have a conversation with my passengers, or I got to crank the radio all the way up so that I can get rid of that annoyingness. I have driven this truck all over this country with these tires. Long hauls. I mean, I did a 12 or 14 hour run to Kansas. I don't know, what was it, last year or the year before? Non-stop pretty much, just stopped for fuel. Didn't bother me at all. I didn't even really play the radio. So that kind of gets the point across about the noise, because I know a lot of people are concerned about the noise. They're not bad. All right, let me flip you around here and show you what they look like now. So here they are. This is the worst one on here. And you can see it's down to the wear bars. Now, keep in mind, it has been at least 20,000 miles, if not longer, since I've rotated these. Here's the inside dually. Lot more tread. Way, way more. I don't have a tire gauge, so I can't tell you how many 30 seconds they have. But also note that there is 0 dry rot. Now, this truck is sitting on 20s, and these are 295 55 20s, obviously. Let me come around here to the rear on the other side. This thing is filthy because it's just been a workhorse here lately. Here again, it's getting down there. Try to get you in here to get a good idea of the tread depth that's left. And then on the inner one, got a little bit of shadowing, but I'll move it over here. These still, like I'm sliding my finger, you see it stops. They're not down on these wear bars yet. Even in here. So they're not even down to these yet. The front two, I swapped those out a couple months back with just a used set of Toyo RTs. They seem to be doing okay, but notice that the Toyos, these are 7 years old according to the date code, that they have dry rot to them. Tons of tread, but already have the dry rot. Obviously, that doesn't really apply to this video. I just wanted to show you. So now I'll come around and show you the actual mileage, because when I put these tires on, I did set the trip on here. So I went ahead and pulled these. They were still fine, structurally wise and whatever, but it was rough riding down the road. Now, I will mention, and I'm gonna kind of get in here close. Hopefully this will focus. There is 0 dry rot in these tires. None at all. And the last time I had these tires rotated was probably 20,000 miles ago. Now, the sidewall, kind of the same. You can see there's some water in there because we got some rain the other day and these were sitting outside because I haven't taken them to the dump yet. But just trying to get in there close, there is zero cracking anywhere. Same with this one. You can see the uneven wear. There's the size. How many miles exactly I have on these at this time. Like I said, excuse the mess in the truck. It's not pretty right now. So there you go. 59,245 miles. So that's pretty dang good for a set of tires, especially on this. So if you're thinking about buying another set of tires for your 1-ton or your dually, highly, highly recommend these. And as far as traction goes, I have had this thing in the clay, in a cornfield, with a car on the trailer, and I pulled straight out. 4 high, pulled straight out, like it was nothing, like I was on pavement. Now, when these tires were, we'll say, 6 months to a year old, so I didn't have but probably in the 15,000 mile range on them. 15,000 mile range on them. I did a run to Little Rock, Arkansas. I picked up 2 cars, had them on the trailer, just a bumper pull trailer. And the area that I went in was kind of a marsh. And I sat there, loaded up the 2 cars. They were non-drivers, been sitting. And during the 2.5 hours that we sat there, like there was a little bit of water standing on top of the grass, like marsh, right? The truck sank a little bit. The trailer obviously sank a little bit. And when I went to go out, I was like, oh man, it sunk a lot more than I thought. Now, I had a fairly straight run, just a little bit of a kind of curve to go out. And I was in the back of this property. And 2-wheel drive, you know, is wanting to spin a little bit. And I was trying not to tear the guy's property up. I told him, I said, man, I'm going to put it in 4-wheel drive and just go. And he's like, do whatever you got to do. I put it in 4 high and just let it eat. And I went straight out. Didn't even struggle. So that just was awesome. You know, really proved the quality of the tires as far as like the traction. And I mean, that was some sloppy, messy mud, you know, I'm going on out of there and I'm flinging it all over the truck and everything, you know, but it's just eating it and it's just going on. Like it's not just a snail speed, it's just plowing right on through. So I've had, like I said, I've had it in a lot of different situations. Was at my parents' one time, and they had a semi-truck come with round bales because they've got all kinds of livestock and whatever. And it was pulling in, the back of the trailer got high centered on the road, and, you know, the rig didn't have any traction, you know. We hooked a chain to this thing, to that. This thing just dug in, pulled it right on through. Had a tractor get stuck in the corner of a pond, hooked it up, sucker pulled it out. So my point is even with the wear and tear and getting in a lot of those situations and tons of highway miles. Now granted, I would say 90 to 95% of these tires' life have been on the pavement or on the highway or in town. Man, I've been daily driving this thing for the last year. Kids to school, whatever. Stop, go, the whole 9. So they've been through everything. So I can honestly tell you, if you're going to buy these tires, They're going to last great. You will be very happy with your investment. And one thing that I almost overlooked before I close this video out, sidewall sway. This is one thing I cannot stand about a lot of these tires, especially if you're going to put them on a 1 ton or you're going to tow with it. Even on a 1/2 ton, you don't put a good set of tires on there, or they got crappy sidewalls. They're going to sway, and there ain't nothing worse than having your back end all loose going down the road with a load on the back. These have no sidewall play. These have a like 3-ply sidewall, very, very strong. They've been drug up against the side of some stuff, didn't rip them, didn't scuff them, nothing. So I really don't have any complaints about it. If I had to nitpick anything, right? Because everybody always wants you to throw out whatever kind of dirty. And it's no different with any brand of tire. If you're going to have an aggressive tire like this, you have to rotate them, because if you don't, they are going to eventually cup in the front, because your wheels lean when you turn, and then it's going to run that outer tread and so on. And these were no different. Now, for me, the reason I quit rotating them is because I have these custom wheels on here. You can't just unbolt the wheel, move it from front to back, or any of that stuff. You have to pay to have it dismounted and remounted every time you rotate it. So here towards the end, the last 20,000 plus miles, I just said, the hell with it. It isn't worth the cost. At basically $100 every time I got to have them rotated, I was like, why? Just let them run on and finish them off. So there you go. I just wanted to give you a truthful long term. So this is 6 years and basically 60,000 miles. And I'm going to continue to run them for now, because there's still some life left in them. We're not in winter time, and why not? So hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got the information you needed out of it, and just like to help someone else out. And these things ain't cheap no more, so if I can help you save a couple of bucks, I'd like to do that. All right, if you like this video, if you would, leave a like, and I'll see you on the next one.